What's up, guys? What's Shrimp Public coming at you? If you want to go onto the website and look at the info about Spring Dragon Longevity Tea, and you want an archive of the original The People's Chemist web page, a web blog talking about Gynostemma, I will link them down below. But basically, this was inspired by Ron Teagarden being an actual registered master herbalist and across different countries, also, especially in the States and China. But also, man, it's warm in here. Shit. But also, the research by groups of Japanese people. The research was done by them looking into the Gynostemma plant back in 1972, causing a resurface of traditional Chinese medicine literature that was first recorded this in 1406, but before that it was long used as a folk medicine by the southern Chinese mountain folk in those regions of China down south. And they worked on this for centuries, probably very likely millennia, to cultivate a certain strain of it that they've been drinking for centuries. The cultivation, the strain they cultivated was what they were drinking when the Northern Chinese, the ones that actually wrote all the TCM literature in the first place, started traveling southward more, further down south and through those mountains down to those southern regions of China, and actually discovered this and the folk people and the folk medicine practitioners said, "Hey, look, write this in your works. It's pretty good shit. You ought to check it out." Well, they only wrote it for to help with things like asthma or bronchitis, and as a survival food. You could cook it into soups and get some more nutrition out, and then help you with, recover from sicknesses faster, or help you maintain yourself in a little more, bump, get a little more kick, stuff like that. And that's what they wrote for at a surface level back then. So yeah, the fact this shit's more ancient than most people realize because of these implications alone. Because it takes centuries to really cultivate through selective breeding a plant like that, and when they were consuming it that far back, it's ancient. They were using it for thousands of years. Let's be blunt. But so they were also, but they were using Schisandra, Astragalus, and eleuthero, goji berries for probably just as long, but we know about that because it was written about more often for more than 2,000 years. So, anyway, you want to know more about that? I can link a few things, but I'll link the page to the Spring Dragon Tea, and I will link about the People's Chemist blog archive on Gynostemma to give you a surface scratching. But anyhow, what I did, I was watching Harry Sopanos clips of video, a little short video of the video. It was titled, "Do I Need to Take Probiotics?" He mentioned multiple things. He mentioned, do you have history or family history or both of taking antibiotics? If so, you might suffer a big depopulation in your gut biome. Or do you suffer, in these different conditions? If so, you may need to reintroduce these species. Get them repopulating, get them growing again, get them fostering and, recolonizing the gut like they need to be. Especially Rutari. And he also mentioned taking taurine to rebalance and re-regulate the microbiome while facilitating this process to ensure its success. And then it just hit me. The ginsenosides of ginseng, astragalosides of astragalus, the polysaccharides of goji berries, also known as LBPs, the eleutherosides of eleuthero, and like again, the gypenosides from Gynostemma, which by the way can range from anywhere from 84 to well over 180 different gypenosides. These saponins, they all have a few things in common. One, they are saponins that are not phytotoxic. If anything, if they're consumed by the proper microbiome bacteria, they will become food for the microbiome, but the microbiome will emit these metabolites, these postbiotics, and the postbiotic products of consuming these tonic herbs are what do the adaptogenic and homeostasis inducing effects, and also certain things like nitric oxide boosting, bolstering, multiplying, and activating of natural killer cells in your body, and the regulating of the immune system, the liver protection, the lignans in the goji berry, in the schisandra berries, not that are not estrogenic like the lignans in the flaxseed. They're different lignan groups. They're called schisandrins. They're different type of lignans entirely. These metabolites of all these actually get put out by these microbes. And then it just hit me again. Another bolt of lightning hit me in the head. So I'm going to teach you what I do. I take 3 to 4 tea bags of this shit right here. This beautiful stuff. This gold. This box of gold, basically. Okay. This box of orgasmicness. And I take them. I steep them in a quart of water for a day and a night. The morning after that period of time, what I do, I'll take that out and I'll get one of them coffee filter baskets, real fine mesh, and I'll squeeze the bags out into that liquid. Not too hard, but just enough to get the liquid out. Then I'll put it in that. I could either throw it out in the compost pile or throw it out in the ground so it'll fertilize the ground with the red stuff, or I can throw it in the trash. Either way. When I feel like when I normally I take the top off because there's a little piece of a staple, put that in the trash bag and throw the rest of it out in the yard. To put out in the grass. That's what I do. Carbon sequestration, baby. Remineralization, sweetheart. Because there's still some residual minerals and stuff like that and carbon in the plant material, obviously. You don't get everything, but you get plenty enough. Anyhow, as I did this, I juiced 12 to 14 large limes, or twice as many key limes, and then 1 to 2 lemons. Got the juice. I strained it through a fine screening or cloth or whatever to get all the pulp strained out, and then all the liquid I can get out of the pulp that was still trapped. Mixed and put that. I used that to start and mix with water till I got another quart. Those 2 quarts, put them together. Put that in a half-gallon jug. Fill it all the way up to a half gallon. Made sure it was properly a half gallon. That is my Spring Dragon Longevity Limeade Concentrate. You mix 1 part that to 1 part water. Now what I would do in that morning, I will dip my first glass for that day, or my only glass if I want it to be. I sweeten it with a little monk fruit extract and stevia extract, just enough of a sweet taste to come up to all that tartness, because the lime and lemon, small amount of lemon, really enhances the lime flavor. Just a little dab will do you. It will enhance it a lot, and the Jiaogulan, in the ways it does, it just complements the lime and limeade in a unique, exotic tasting way, and I just love the shit. Okay, I fucking love it. So what I did is I get a glass, and I'll take that glass, I'll put it over ice, and then what I do is I'll take 1 capsule of Dr. Stephen Langer's 16 strain probiotic. It has its own strain of eleuthero in it, by the way, folks. If you didn't know, it has its own strain of eleuthero. I'm trying to get where you can be able to see it better. The camera's being a little twat right now. There we go. There we go. The camera's being a little twat. There it is. Then I take a capsule of Biothin by Mercola. And then I take, like I said, one capsule each of the Biothin, the Stephen Langer 16 strain, and Shift's Digestive Advantage. And finally, I'll take this tablet of BioGaia Gastrus. I'll swallow them, and then I'll drink my limeade to wash it down. The Astragalosides, the Sisandrin lignans, the goji berry polysaccharides, the eleutherosides, all of these compounds will serve as a prebiotic to feed these very things, including the Reuteri, to help increase their chances of colonizing in the gut. And by the way, if you, like Harry said, put some taurine, I also put 5 to 6 grams of taurine in that glass of that limeade and drink it as well, because I want to emphasize that, because that's what I've been doing already. That helps also. So you get the Longevity Limeade acting as a prebiotic to these bacteria, helping colonize them further. Then they make the adaptogenic postbiotics that your body makes use of, and the taurine can, in some cases, some of you might get an enhanced effectiveness from it, because some people get heightened use the bioavailability of certain things, like Luke Gear. He actually gets more of a reaction from having taurine in his yerba mate limeade, and he also has ginger incorporated into his yerba mate limeade, and the taurine seems to help magnify what his body gets out of the ginger. That could be the same thing here with these postbiotic metabolites of these herbs, main compounds, and that could be a whole new avenue. So you're getting these main benefits if you're eating like high quality animal foods, including the raw dairy from well fed, properly cared for, regularly dewormed on a schedule, properly vaccinated, clean animals. They will also have more of these good bacteria and will magnify these efforts more. And if you get vitamin D, get out in the sun, have a UVB lamp, and get it from your high quality animal foods, or all the above, you will repopulate these good gut bugs into your microbiome, and you can use this trick that I do and still follow a species appropriate, species specific, species adequate diet, and the citrates and citric acid from the limeade, if you got oxalate issues, can also help with that too. So you got this is a little interesting little biohack I finally just came to realize could be possible. Thanks for watching, everybody.